Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. Shifts by him, and they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
Now his third team in the last 3 years. You remember Denver to Pittsburgh and now here in New York. He showed flashes of the vintage rush throughout the year in 2024 with the Steelers. Now he's looking to sustain those flashes for his new team in the Big Apple.
Quickly to the air is Wilson. That one taken in by Neighbors. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
Well, this defense certainly knows they're going to have their hands full trying to slow down this passing game. Here's an example on the very first play from scrimmage. I think we'll see some different looks, maybe some pressure from different places, but it didn't work there, and it's a quick first down.
Tracy's going to get it on first down.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10.
To throw is Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
Now Wilson. And that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
2nd and 10. Yards, good for a Giant first down.
It's a gain of 10. And the Giants first down.
Runs like that, this time on the RPO, is why they call him dangerous.
I love the way you dropped that in there. His decision-making is what makes it all go because his ability to process so quickly what the defense is doing, make the right read, and then when he takes off and runs, also knows how to protect himself downfield after he's gotten all he can out of a sprint.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. But not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, the turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. And now they'll fake the give here on the end around and look to throw. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Cowboys.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Right back to Tolbert. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
Here's 2nd and 3.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. 1 yard is the gain, and it'll be a Dallas first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. Officially, they'll call that a 9-yard pickup there, and it leaves them in a good spot here. 2nd down and inches upcoming. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
And he will have a Cowboys first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it. And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot, versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott.
Got an open man. It's Pickens.
They'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 3rd and 4 now. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is, finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out, you've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's another Cowboys. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On the draw, here's Blue. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Here's 3rd and 10. Prescott down. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So on 4th down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal.
A 35-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there, all the things that have gone on. And the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Trayvon Diggs getting the tackle. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
3rd down, here's Tracy. Unable to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3-and-out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the 1st down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit, too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
That's caught left side by Neighbors. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Tracy trying the right side. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Three 0 after one on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it second down and 12. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And the Giants are going to have first and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Scatterboo diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Giants 7.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And how about that return as he's all the way inside the 20-yard line.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
Taken down right at
No
the
gain
line
on the play there. Second
No
down.
gain on the play. Brings up
He can
second
rack up
and
those
10.
tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit. And that's what he did on that play.
It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Williams is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play that time, but it sets up second and goal.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal.
Blue is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This is third and goal. And this Giants defense, they have withstood the test thus far. Now Prescott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Dak Prescott with a connection to CeeDee Lamb. And the Cowboys are once again back in front.
Now that was simply frustrating for the defense. They did everything they were supposed to, including putting a hit on the quarterback as he delivered the ball. Yet, it still resulted in a touchdown against them.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point.
And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
And the Giants ready to come out now.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll start with a run by Tracy.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They'll go again with Tracy.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers that can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Here's Wilson to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Fair to say, it hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
31 yards on the punt there. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10.
Dallas offense set for this next drive.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Play fake. Here's Prescott.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Prescott.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Up the middle, it's Williams. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
For a Cowboys.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
Now, we all know that an offensive coordinator and a quarterback, they're aligned at the hip. But when you've got a runner who can get you that kind of yardage, that guy's invaluable.
Here's Prescott. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Brian Burns able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But, Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, 1st and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing, Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys are able to add on to that lead.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack in the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Aubrey now for the PAT.
It's good to make it 17-7.
makes the score.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it was finished off by a George Pickens touchdown grab. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a heck of a return as he goes out of bounds across the 50 inside the 45.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Now it's Wilson. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Second down and 3.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They go play action now. Wilson. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
On to give, it's Tracy.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw it with Wilson.
Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Throwing is Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
On 4th down, on is Graham Gano for the Giants field goal.
From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Gano's kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you're giving him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
Now it's Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Here's Wilson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. From 3 yards out. And the Giants have cut it back within a score.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set, and racing going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Gano now to add the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Bobby Okereke making that tackle.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he is caught. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Prescott yet again. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
To throw is Prescott. He finds Pickens over the middle. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 5-yard line.
From the 5, 2nd and 4. Dak's going to keep it. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Brought down at the 2-yard line.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
By Chris Board. A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He'll get that to his tight end, Theo Johnson. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night prime time, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams try to find the right formula to come out with the victory. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one a first down pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for a Cowboys first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
That play was all Bobby Okereke as he got there and dragged him down for the loss.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
And the Cowboys first down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
This is where you can try and get a tight end in space. They like this matchup, so they're going to let their 2 receivers to his outside run simple little short routes, hoping to suck up the secondary. And that'll free up space for their tight end on a corner route to make a big play.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he stopped immediately there. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Prescott. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First down and goal to go.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the footballs. They've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more.
Giants 14.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
This one is Slayton over the middle. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
The Giants, first down.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
And they regroup defensively after the broken tackle, getting to him just beyond the 45.
He was tackled at the 46.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. Catch made by Slayton. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 39. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Wilson now off the bootleg. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Now a 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. There's a short one caught by Johnson. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll hand it to Tracy. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. 59 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
First down, Giants.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
To throw is Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
He finds Robinson. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Wilson on the keeper. And he will have a Giants first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
Tracy going to get it on first down. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Right back to Tracy. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on third down bringing in an extra defensive back. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
On fourth down, on is Graham Gano for the Giants field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Gano's kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott getting ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Prescott to throw it. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here's Brian Anger now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They go play action with Wilson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Wilson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Wilson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion.
First down, Giants.
Well, they showed a 5-receiver set, had the backfield empty, and lined the running back out to the left. Plenty for the quarterback to process both pre- and post-snap, but he was able to find his man, and it turns into a big play.
To throw again is Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Wilson to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. This is why I don't play in points per reception fantasy league.
Is that what they call
receiver
PPR?
still gets a point there. Yeah. And you went that far back. No bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. And he is going to lose yardage here. Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop. Well, good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. And when you have a defensive tackle who's that strong, that agile, he's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you have to double him, and sometimes you're not able to block him no matter who's trying. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Prescott. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
New York set to take the field.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
On the ground, here comes Tracy.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson.
That's complete. It's Neighbors. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here's the sneak with Wilson. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Credit there goes to those guys up front.
Certainly does, but we're also seeing how quarterbacks are doing it nowadays on the sneak. When I played high school ball, my coach John Ford used to say, just get down behind those guys and pick up the 1st down. Now these guys might hesitate to count, use their vision in their eyes, and find the crease and dive for it that way.
Now it's Wilson. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Wilson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 8. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, 39 yards. And the Giants have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully
getting down in bounds. That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion.
The Giants will line up for the two-point conversion.
They'll try and run it here, but he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game.
Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. And now here come the Cowboys. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Prescott. He'll drop this down to Williams. That'll give him 8 that time. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out first downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
Here's Prescott. Drops it to Blue, complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
2nd down at the 40-yard line.
2nd down and 8. To throw is Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Well, that was an okay hookup there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
3rd and 5. Now Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 13-yard line. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Tried to go draw play out of the gun down here.
Yeah, they tried to spread things out, didn't they? They wanted to move people away from the center of the field, away from the line of scrimmage near the ball, so that the runner could find some space. Unsuccessfully, though.
Prescott now. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired, while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. That is caught. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's another Cowboys 1st down. 1st and goal.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. And as this drive began, the offense had to be thinking touchdown, knowing the situation. Even after that loss, touchdown still on their minds. This is a one-possession game. A field goal doesn't do them a whole lot of good.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Now that's certainly an important touchdown there and makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Aubrey now for the point after. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And New York set to take the field. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing is Wilson. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. There was no one around him, but he took his eye off it, and it falls incomplete.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
From the gun, it's Wilson. We'll get this to Devin Singletary out of the backfield. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Forced out to his left. Give him 9 on the scramble there, and it'll leave him with a second and just a couple of inches.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Options galore here, second and a few inches. Here's Tracy. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Across the middle, he finds Robinson. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
You know, as a defensive guy, I don't normally do this, Brandon, but a tip of the cap to the offensive coordinator. Design quarterback run at this stage of the fourth quarter when I expected him to throw the ball, and he got a first down.
Yeah, trailing this stage of the fourth quarter. Picked up the first, stopped the clock too.
Yeah, sometimes there's some guts in play calling when you go against the grain because you know you could easily be criticized if it doesn't work out. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. To throw is Wilson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Malik Neighbors, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are back within a score. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point try good by Gano. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Giants 30.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Good return, but he pays the price at the end of it as he's picked up and thrown down. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 38 now, here's second down and 2. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
14 yards on the play. And the Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. This one swung out to Williams. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Second down and 6 now. Now Prescott. He hits Blue. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They go with Blue between the tackles. And he will have a Cowboys first down, and that should be that. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
And they take a knee. Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
We all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch.